That's like out of context. Really,
Not
that's so
really.
out of context. Welcome, everybody. You know what we didn't tell you last week? Our
Is how Deshaun
podcast.
speaks off the mic every time she looks at the camera.
Besides that, let's not go behind the scenes, please. What I was going to say is, what we didn't tell you last week is that our podcast is set up in our home. So, welcome to our home. Marhaba for our Arabic speaking friends.
Marhaba, Habibi.
So, last week was like a pre intro. And we are from Cape Town, so everything's like I don't know if any of you are familiar with this word, probably not, but in Cape Town, an old school word, which I think is from Indonesian origin, is a merang. Everything's like a merang, everything's drawn out. It's like, so our intro is going to be drawn out. Last week was like a pre-intro, like just saying hi. This week is a bit of an intro. I wanted you guys to get to know Qasim a little bit because he's got a big week coming up next week. So I'm excited about it and I wanted to talk about it.
I didn't want to talk about it, but okay.
But yeah, you know who's the boss here.
Forget where you are.
No.
Oh, my word.
Okay, so you know what? Our journey to Bahrain actually started just over a year ago. It started with an intention, and it grew from there. So Qasim was offered more than one opportunity. He was at a kind of a place in his career where he had to make a change, and he was ready to shift. And so Bahrain was one of those opportunities. And he said, you know what? Inshallah, Bahrain is so close to Makkah. I make dua that if I take Bahrain, that inshallah the Almighty grants me an invite. So Bahrain was the natural choice. It was just the one that filled his heart. And we have three little kids and an older kid. And our three little kids are like, at the time, they were 1, 4, and 6. Am I right? Was Khalid 4 or 5? I think Khalid was 4. Yeah, he hadn't turned 5 yet.
Yeah, because I missed his fifth birthday.
Yes, that's right. You were in Bahrain already. And so because it's important for us to give our kids stability, we made the decision that he would come ahead of me and I would stay in Cape Town for at least a year so the kids could finish their school year.
Yeah.
So in Cape Town, the school year runs from January to December. And also our paperwork would take a lot longer than his. So it's a combination of those two things. And so the decision was made that I would solo parent. Now, any parent, you're going to give me props. A 1-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 6-year-old. School runs, every routine, every single routine.
Think about it now, it's mad. Eh?
It's
I
just
said to you
crazy.
today, okay, let's do that again. What you going to do?
Oh, I don't know. That's a tricky one.
No, but I'm serious.
No, that
If I
really is
say
a
today,
tricky one.
okay, well, we might have to do that again. But I'm going to go when you...
It's so tricky. Honestly, I don't know if I could do that again. So that was like the first big shift in our life. And so Qasim came to Bahrain over a year ago. And I stayed in Cape Town and I did the whole solo parenting stint. And it was hard, guys. It was hard because we're a very close-knit family. We have traditions like we have family, Friday movie night and those kind of things. And our kids are high energy. They like Qasim. So they get excited about things and they like Friday movie night and this and that.
A mattress.
And it's like full scale. You got to bring in the mattress. It's blankets, it's snacks. It's like the movie's pre-planned and it's a big deal. But they're very excitable, And so I kind of had big shoes to fill because I had to keep those traditions going. I had to keep the excitement alive.
But you did amazing.
I'm still recovering. I'm not lying. My tired is still tired.
Just brought it here. So now my tired, that was tired, is forever tired.
But again, if you're a parent of small kids, you understand that. And if you are, inshallah, going to be a parent, when that hits, you'll understand this.
Sleep, man. I remember, I heard someone else say this. I wish someone told me to sleep more before we had kids. And obviously, because of my job, the nature of my job, I don't sleep much. I don't get much sleep.
Okay, I'm going to just jump in there because he's assuming that all of you know what he does. So my tea is Clicking here, clang, cling. So Qasim is an performing artist. He also has his own original music. And he has done some amazing things throughout the world. His hometown is Cape Town. He is born and bred a Cape Townian, but for more than 16 years? More than 16 years?
Yeah, more than 20 years now.
Oh yeah, getting on there. For more than 20 years, he has lived outside of Cape Town, and we'll tell you his stories in bits because, like I said last week, the tea is here, but we don't have enough time. It's a long conversation.
Because she doesn't want to do long stints. She said we'll keep our podcast to 10, 15 minutes
Yeah.
max.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
We have tea, but it won't be that long.
So he has, like I said, traveled the world and performed in different places in the world, but he's got the most interesting stories of some of the artists he's worked with, collaborations, just like really, really, and it's hard to get the stories out of him, but I will get it out of him. One of my favorites is, it's actually not about music, it's how he ended up cutting Usher's hair. Like, I mean, who cuts Usher's hair? Qasim has. Like the Usher Raymond. And like some of the stories, you literally are like, no way, no way. He takes out his phone, he shows you a picture, and you're like, Qasim? Say, Qasim walai. And then you like, when this picture doesn't lie, man. But now I'm going to backtrack a little bit. So while we were apart, I'm going to throw it over to you, baby.
Okay, so while we were apart, I was here. I was starting to prep everything, get everything done. And, as you do, I'm performing. So currently in a space of performing 6 nights a week in the space in Bahrain. 6 nights a week, and then during the day, rehearsal, this and that and everything else. But so I write most of the time. Whenever something hits me, I write. I didn't have the space to get that down. So when I was at the hotel, I used to sit at the pool and just write. And I wrote this song. Well, I didn't. I was thinking about you, thinking about her, and I was like, it was a rough day. And I was sat at the pool, and the sun was on my face, and it felt like home, like Cape Town. It felt like home with her at the beach on those days when you just sat there and you can hear the ocean. For me, it's always Surfers Corner. So I'm sat there, Surfers Corner with Raj, and I can hear her and the kids around, and my eyes are closed, and I can feel the sun on my skin, and I can hear the ocean, and I can hear Cape Town. Cape Town's got a sound, it's got a feeling, it resonates like this amazing feeling, smell. You can almost feel it if you're there.
It was tangible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm here in Bahrain, sat at the pool. It's hot, so it's not Cape Town in that sense because it's very hot. And I'm closing my eyes and I'm there. I'm in Cape Town, and I can hear her, I can hear the kids and everything. And it's like, I felt like, just take me there, man. Take me there to that moment, to that time. So I started writing the song, Anyways, so I wrote the song called Take Me Away. And we release the song next week, Friday, the 31st of January. So I'm super excited about that.
So big launch here in Bahrain. Qasim, check out his socials for details on the launch. It's at King Qasim 021 on Instagram and King Qasim on Facebook. And if you are in Bahrain, pull through. Like I said, all the details will be on his socials. And in Cape Town, you can get the song on Spotify on the 31st of January.
Yeah.
It's Take Me Away, King Qasim on Spotify. We'd love your support.
Apple Music.
Yeah, all streaming
any
platforms.
platform, any streaming platform really. YouTube, doesn't matter. Catch it there. But if you're into buying singles, buy it on iTunes.
Yeah. Guys, you know what? In the arts, we have to support each other. And speaking about support, I want to say thank you for the overwhelming support that we got from all over the world for our intro, so to speak. It's amazing. It felt really great, and we appreciate your support. Yeah,
It was. Like
it was so
everyone was there.
warm heart.
Mr. Malam was there, so my straight in with gets me excited. That was nice. Keeks was there. It was nice to hear from Keeks, wasn't it?
Yeah. Some of
Miss her crazy. Keeks is also in the thick of it now.
Yeah. You know, a lot of our friends are like in a similar situation. They are knee deep in kids.
Yeah, Craig also.
You know,
I spoke to Craig recently and he's
Yeah.
like, dude, like, let me tell you. I'm like, yeah, I know. Wait, remember, I've got 3.
And like my one of my besties, Nuha, we always say this to each other. It's one thing having a lot of kids, but it really is something quite unique having small kids who are close in age. I'm talking about like we're lining them up and changing nappies. It gets crazy. It is the most
Everything.
amazing blessing, but it gets crazy. So yeah, it was really heartwarming to get all of your support. However, what is clapping with the subscribers? That is a word Akila taught me. I was like, clapping? What's clapping? Clapping for the Arabic speakers. What's clapping? It's like, what's happening? What's happening with this? If you like our content, well, we haven't put out much yet, but I promise you we're going to
We're getting
cater
there.
to what you want to hear. And then like and subscribe.
Yes. Subscribe it, like it, share it.
Yeah.
You know, obviously the subscribers mean a lot. The more people subscribe, the more people get to see it. The more people like it and share it and speak about it means we get shown more to other people. So it's always good if you like, not just like and subscribe, save it, share it.
Yeah.
that
And the
type of
reason
thing.
we want to grow our subscribers also is because we'd like to grow the podcast. Our long-term vision is to invite guests. We want to make it interesting. We want to bring you into our world and also into our home, but into similar homes like in Bahrain, in Cape Town. We want to
Yeah.
invite guests, expats in Bahrain, so they can tell their stories. You know, if anybody who is sitting at home and wondering, like, should I make the leap? Is it for me to go wherever it is in the world? Often through our stories, we realize we are more similar than different. And through someone else's story, we often inspire to go, okay, you know what? If he can do it, I can do it. So we want to invite guests, but we need another mic. We need things. Like I said, this isn't our home. This Qasim is a sound engineer as well, so he's done all of this. But we need your support to grow.
Yes, that is needed. Yeah, we want to talk. I definitely want to invite some people, some South Africans who live in Bahrain, friends of mine who are out here. Some people I've met in passing and just been like, "Yo, you from Cape Town? Oh my word, yeah, me too." La 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 la, chat, and thought would be pretty interesting to get them on board and get their side, so people can see what it's like. I mean, you know, right now we're in Bahrain. Next week we might be somewhere else. You don't know. You never know where you're going to be, especially in my line. So right now, Bahrain is the vibe. And as many people as I can, especially people from home, South Africa, doing things, I want to tap into them, bring them here, speak to them, get them to open up about their journey and what they've, what they do out here. And give you some insight as the viewer, if you're a South African looking at moving abroad, at doing something, at making a move to the Middle East, or anywhere really, just getting some info, just a push, even if it's just a push, like you've got everything you need to move, but you just like, jy's bang om jou ma se plek te los. You don't want to leave.
Being at the Afrikaans. So again, if you're not from South Africa, so you have, like, you're cautious about leaving home, you're scared, that's what he said, basically.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
And also,
few
you know
things,
what? I'd love to share some of our plugs. I remember when we first got to Bahrain, I was very clueless. Qasim was already a lot more settled. But again, during the day, I'm the default parent. So it would have been nice to come in and had a been a bit more sussed up or sussed out about Bahrain. So I'd love to plug, like, if you're new to Bahrain, oh, check this out, do this, do that with little kids. And so we'll be talking about that a bit more
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, in this last 2 weeks has been pretty cool. So Khalid's been playing football for a bit now. So
I have to say, Al Najma Football Academy. Love that place.
plug
Love
Al
this.
Najma, hashtag Al Najma Jufe. Really, really great football academy.
Yeah.
Amazing coaches. Just all around good people. And they're so good with the kids, man. I watch them with Khalid and I'm like, yo, look at my boy. But what I wanted to say on that is Khalid's made friends. Through Khalid, Noura's made friends. And on top of that, Rishan's made a friend. So that's been pretty cool. And she's been your latest plug, really, with like,
Just telling me
yo,
all
check
the
this
things,
out,
kids'
check that out.
activities. Yeah.
We recently made a switch because, look, cost of living in Bahrain, I did say that in the last one, but like really. So, and I usually shop at Lulu. We usually shop at Lulu. And for the longest time, I've been told by my two colleagues that work with me, were like, go to Rami's, check out Rami's, go to Rami's. And then I was like, yeah, I will. They were like, no, we buy our fruit at Rami's. And they're like, fitness guys, man. The gym, they all about like being big. So I was like, yeah, I'll go to Rami's when I get the chance. Okay, when I'm ready, I'm not putting off gym, but it's just, I just never get to that point. So I'm like, I need to get to gym and eat right, And here we are, January 20th. I think I've been to the gym once this year. I'm like, come on, it's time. But we started with Rami's. So we took a trip to Rami's last week.
If you are anywhere in Bahrain, check out Rami's if you haven't already. For the South Africans, it's like a mix of macro, food lovers market, meets Osman's, meets Woolies. Like, oh my gosh, I could spend hours in Rami's.
Woolies. That's where people at home, Woolies.
Like,
Woolies,
there's a bit of everything.
Woolies / Osman's.
No,
You
guys, you
do that two
understand
together.
if you go
Especially with your parents, right? And you're buying all your stationery at Osman's if you're not buying that box from the school. Osman's is the place now. Imagine Woolies, like she just said, Woolies, Osman's.
Macro, because they have bulk deals, guys.
Pretty cool.
If Qasim and the kids went with me, I probably would have spent hours in that place.
Well,
hours.
that's usually what I say. I say, can I go alone?
No.
Just because it gives me a moment to go, okay, I can do this now. If I come back and she checks that slip and I'm over by 2-3 dinner, then I must explain why I spend so much
Guys,
money.
I'm about to budget.
So all I'm saying is, give me the time. Like, don't come with, leave the kids here. I will go do it, or vice versa. But
Okay, but let's put
we
it
will
back.
look at
Let's
the
put it
Ramis.
back. So, big launch, 31st of January, take me away.
Yes.
I told Qasim, we're going to keep this short, man. People do not have that much time. And so I appreciate that you come into our home, you join us for conversation.
But not for long.
Yeah. I respect your time. So this week, a big focus. We'd love your support. We'd love to hear from you. And also, it tells a story. It's a story of being away from a loved one. It's really hard. And there are quite a few people who, in Bahrain, for example, are away from their loved ones. It's not easy. Often when we have a goal or a vision for our life, we make sacrifices.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make it easy. We're human. We feel the rough days, man. There are some rough days. And so if you've ever been away from a loved one, I think the song will really it will hit differently. But then it's also just a very beautiful song. So we'd love to hear from you once you've listened to the track, what you think. And we appreciate your support.
Always.
Rishan Pulwin, thank you for joining us in our home.
Qasim Pulwin, a.k.a. King Qasim.
It's a vibe. It's staying now, it's staying.
Not doing that again. Man, last week in the comments, everyone
people
was like,
loved
it's a
it.
vibe,
I'm like,
it's a
okay,
vibe.
I'm keeping it.
Guys, thank you so much. Have a lekker one. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, have a good week.